Now on 4 News Now at 6, the busy holiday shopping season may be over, but mail delivery issues still remain. What the post office says it's doing to deal with the staffing shortages.
Temperatures about 10 degrees above average this weekend, but showers continue for Saturday and Sunday. I'll help you plan your days around the rain in the First Alert forecast.
Changes are coming to Spokane's largest homeless camp, what the state is doing to shrink the size of Camp Hope. You're watching 4 News Now at 6. If you have plans outside this weekend, you're in luck. Even if today is Friday the 13th, temps in the 40s. What may not be so lucky, rain on the way. Let's send it over to Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker to help you plan your day around those showers. Chris, don't be superstitious with us.
Well, the next round of rain, Aaron, is knocking on the back door right now. Here's a look at our satellite and radar, and we're starting to see some light rain just now making its way into far western Spokane County. If it is not raining at your house now, it will be soon as this precipitation spreads across the region. We also have some showers moving up into the central panhandle right now, all in the form of valley rain, about as low as the snow level is going to get this weekend is 4,000 feet on Sunday. So we are looking at mountain snow and valley rain right now. We also have some fog developing around the region, especially in Sandpoint, where visibility is less than a quarter mile, but Colville also dense fog. Winthrop and Omak reporting fog around the Coeur d'Alene area, visibility down to 2 miles, and we're seeing it starting to develop in Spokane as well. Our temperatures around the region are above freezing in most locations. Colville the exception at 32. We're in the 40s in Lewiston, Pullman, and St. Mary's, in the 30s in Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, and those temperatures are not going to drop much at all from their current reading. In fact, they may increase a little bit before staying steady in the mid to upper 30s overnight. Closer view here, we're at 40 in downtown Spokane, 40 degrees in Deer Park, also in the 40s in Cheney and Spangle. Meanwhile, in your Saturday planner, the best chance of showers tomorrow is going to be in the morning. Temperatures in the near 40-degree range even early. We're heading up to a high of 44 without the benefit of much, if any, sunshine. There's a possibility of some hints of blue sky in the afternoon, but then the rain returns tomorrow evening. I'll be back with your 7-day forecast and the second half of your weekend outlook in just a few minutes. Aaron.
Thank you, Chris. Spokane dad is facing manslaughter charges for the death of his 1-year-old child. Police arrested Ryan Bemis yesterday, and he appeared in court today. Detectives say back in July, they were called to Bemis's home on Spokane's South Hill to investigate the death of a 1-year-old girl. Bemis told police he'd found the girl underneath the dresser that had fallen over in the girl's bedroom. Court documents show the girl and a 2-year-old boy had been locked in the bedroom for 16 hours. Bemis is facing charges of criminal mistreatment, abandonment of a child, and manslaughter in the 2nd degree. Today, the judge released Bemis on his own recognizance because he's completed Child Protective Services classes, and the state has returned his now 3-year-old child into his custody. Driving on I-90, you may notice Camp Hope looks a little smaller. The camp is being cleaned out. Crews are on site collecting piles of trash and empty tents left behind by people no longer living there. The cleaning job is making way for the walls of the encampment to move in tonight at 6 o'clock. Bronte Sorotsky shows us the ongoing changes from inside the camp.
Camp Hope looks completely different than it did just a few months ago. Now it's being cleaned out in preparation for the camp to physically shrink.
A lot of people have been moving out to housing, and that's one of the reasons the camp itself is physically shrinking, is we have fewer people. They've moved on to Catalyst.
This week's numbers haven't been released yet, but less than 200 people are living at Camp Hope, and new people won't be let in.
We're now getting down to the most difficult population to place because they have mental health issues, they have substance abuse issues, they have physical, medical issues. We don't have options for them yet.
In the meantime, things former campers left behind are being cleaned out and thrown away.
And we've got cleaning crews that work every day, which is what I oversee. And then we bring in private contractors to help when we build big piles. And when we need to move those piles out, we've got 4 big piles today that we're moving out.
Additionally, WashDog crews have thrown out over 48,000 pounds of trash from the camp in the last 2 months. All of this is being done so people living nearby the edges of the camp will have room to move.
We're moving folks this direction from south to north in the camp, and we're filling up those empty spaces. So we want the community to see. It's hard to see with the privacy fence.
Starting next Monday, the fencing facing I-90 is going to be moved in about 30 feet, making the camp even smaller. Reporting in East Central, Bronte Sorotsky, 4 News Now.
Moscow, Idaho has been in the national spotlight for 2 months since 4 University of Idaho students were killed. The bodies of Kaylee Gonsalves, Maddie Mogen, Xana Kernodle, and Ethan Chapin were found in their home near campus November 13th. Just when it seemed as though the investigation had gone cold, police arrested 28-year-old Brian Kohberger in Pennsylvania in the early morning hours of December 30th. Tonight, he's in the Latah County Jail. There's a gag order in place so no attorneys or investigators can talk about the case. Kohberger was a WSU student. While in court, documents shed some light on what happened. New information may be hard to find in the coming months. He's not scheduled to be back in court for a preliminary hearing until June 26th. Tonight, a special edition of ABC's 2020 aims to bring you information and a side of the case you haven't heard.
You know, I'm going to step outside and say it's really been powerful, and there's a huge sense of responsibility that we have to tell this story, but also to make sure that the victims are remembered, that their names are at the forefront of this. And I really think that that's what we dive into in this 2020 tonight, because we have 2 hours. We have a lot of time to share with the nation the lives of these kids, right?
That was Kana Whitworth. She has spent weeks in Moscow. That special edition of 2020 is tonight at 9 p.m. Coming up in just a few minutes, Derek Dice goes in depth with Kana about the special, and she shares how Madison Mogen's dad referred to his daughter. We're getting a break from the winter weather this weekend, but we're only halfway through the snow season. Meteorologist Matt Gray takes a look at what lies ahead. Coming up on 4 News Now at 6.
4 News Now on your time with Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
It's our annual Red Hot Clear the Lot blowout sale at Jennifer's Auto Sales and Service.
It's February here at Mainstream, and that means you can stay warm with our February Furnace Special, where you can fall in love with a free furnace when you purchase a new air conditioning unit. Let us provide your family with comfort and happiness this February. Call or visit Mainstream to find out more.
She was looking so fly, five finger that style.
Where's the butler?
It's John Butler. Hate being judged by your name? So do we. At Consigned Furniture and Jewelry, we're not what you think. Our inventory is the best in the Northwest. Like this, and this, and this. Check out the most unique shopping experience in the universe.
Ain't too proud to play.
The Grammy-winning songs, the Tony-winning movies. Ain't Too Proud. The life and times of the Temptations. Coming January 17th through 22nd. Tickets on sale now.
Hey folks, Jay Uner here. Northwest Motorsport is celebrating 14 years of trucks, and more trucks. We also have new inventory every day. Come check out what's new at nwmsrocks.com/anniversary.
4 News Now and STCU are recognizing volunteers who make a difference in our community. Today we honor Michelle Grove.
As a volunteer board member, Michelle works tirelessly to ensure Styx diabetes programs can serve children now and for years to come.
It's a volunteer job, but it's so worth every minute we can put into it.
Michelle's been a volunteer with the Styx program for 7 years. Its mission is to help minimize the impact of diabetes for children and their families. Thanks to STCU for helping make sure volunteers count.
You have something magical happening. What? We're gonna do the work.
Love this.
I'm gonna make you filthy rich.
New Shark Tank tonight on ABC and stream on Hulu.
Come on, Lucky Charm. Enough with the textbook.
You're up 1,100 and I got a test tomorrow.
What's more important, me winning a jackpot today or your entire future sometime in the future? Besides, how hard could it be? Go ahead, quiz me.
Fine. What's the square root of 349?
18.682. I just wasted my luck, didn't I?
For weeks, we've heard from frustrated residents all across our state, telling us their mail, paychecks, even their medication was arriving late from the post office.
But my mother, I mean, her medications have been late too, so.
How late have they been?
I think about a week. Yeah, so.
And she needs that medication.
She's 90. She definitely needs the medication.
During our month-long investigation, we also learned of the grueling hours many of these carriers were putting in to make up for the staffing shortages that were plaguing so many post offices. KXLY's Jordan Smith heard from the post office about these problems for the first time tonight. He joins us in studio with what solutions they're applying and their message to frustrated customers. Jordan.
Well, as you said, for the first time since we've been covering this story, we were able to hear firsthand from the USPS, who acknowledged these staffing shortages that they've been handcuffed by, especially during the busiest time of the year, the holidays. In the 5 post offices we've covered throughout December, customers from each one shared a similar story.
I'm on my 6th day right now of not getting mail.
Have you guys seen any of your paychecks this month at all?
No. Not yet.
Paychecks, medication, bills, all arriving late. We asked the USPS directly. You know, what's the USPS's message to these customers who are growing frustrated, not really receiving answers, still waiting on some of this mail?
That's one of the reasons we're hiring so many employees, because we know our customers rely on us and we need to get back to that reliable daily mail service.
These problems stemming from limited staffing.
The Postal Service is not immune from the staffing challenges and hiring challenges that nearly every industry across the country and even across the state is facing.
That carrier shortage placing endless deliveries on the shoulders of understaffed post offices, trudging through blistering winter conditions to deliver as many as they could. The majority working over 14-hour days. The USPS saying their #1 priority is to fill these vacancies.
One of our goals this year, in the next few months, as a matter of fact, is to hire up to 1,000 new employees. We really are aggressively hiring.
They're hosting job fairs across the state and updating job postings every other Tuesday. Hopeful that this will offer a break to those working around the clock to deliver mail to your door. And with the holidays now over, they're confident that these delays are finally nearing an end.
Volumes have started to level off and operations should be getting back to normal soon, if not already in some areas.
Now, the total number of packages and mail that the USPS had to sort through and deliver this holiday season, 11.7 billion nationwide. We saw how many of those were in our region, our postal workers working around the clock to get those out, and they are still working to get caught up. So the next time you see your postal carrier, give them a thank you. Aaron?
Not a bad idea. Thank you, Jordan. The Seattle Seahawks will take on the San Francisco 49ers in the NFC wildcard game on Saturday. But the Niners aren't the only thing Seattle's preparing for. Weather could play a factor during the game. There's potential rain in the forecast. That kickoff time in Santa Clara, that could make passing the football pretty tough. Seahawks head coach Pete Carroll says they can rely on star running back Kenneth Walker if weather's an issue.
It's fortunate, you know, I know on our end of it that we do feel good about the running game and that we can go to it as the rain can be a determining factor sometimes and you know, how much you can handle the ball throwing and catching wise. So we'll see what happens. But I feel, you know, I know that we're both in the right vein to be prepared for this.
Kickoff scheduled for 1:30 on Saturday from Levi Stadium in Santa Clara.
Here are 4 things to know about your weather. We've got fog and light rain tonight. Showery for the weekend with high temperatures in the 40s and then rain with snow on the way next week. I'll have your 7-day forecast after the break.
Sign up for breaking news alerts with the 4 News Now app. 4 News Now. Expect more on air, online, and on the app.
Adventure awaits at Silver Mountain Resort this winter. Enjoy some of the best terrain in the region, only 30 minutes east of Coeur d'Alene, right off I-90. Family, friends, and smiles as big as the wide-open vistas. Relax in a beautiful condo just a stroll away from dining, water slides, indoor surfing, and 84 degrees. And a gondola ride away from our new covered carpet lift, tubing, and acres of snow rider heaven. Your winter adventure awaits at Silver Mountain. Book today at silvermt.com.
Welcome to Coeur d'Alene Honda, home of the lifetime warranty.
Well, hi. Hey, I'm looking for a new Honda, but I heard some dealers are charging outrageous prices.
At Coeur d'Alene Honda, we're not doing that. With us, it's business as usual.
That's a relief.
And we include a lifetime warranty at no additional cost.
We are a family-owned dealership, and our reputation is far more valuable than overcharging our customers.
We want to be here for you today, tomorrow, and in the future.
And don't forget about our lifetime warranty.
Call today for our available inventory and check out our website at cdahonda.com.
Just like your car needs regular maintenance and oil changes, so does your home's heating and cooling systems. Bill's Heating and Air has assembled a large group of highly skilled service technicians just for this. Servicing the greater Spokane and Coeur d'Alene area will maintain your equipment to ensure performance and efficiency. Not to mention, increase the life of your system. With the number of technicians available, we can meet your emergency outages within 24 hours. Bill's Heating and Air, the home of the $59 service call. Call now and schedule your maintenance or service needs.
Lazy Boy Furniture Galleries has chairs and recliners to fit every need, including naps. It's the 4-day sale. Get 25% off everything, plus an extra 5% in bonus savings. Lazy Boy Furniture Galleries. Live life comfortably.
Too hot for the gym? Next, Inside Edition. This beauty says she needs a bodyguard when she works out. She's not the only one. Women who say they're getting hassled at the gym.
Don't come here.
Then, pasta crisis.
So delicious.
Why have they stopped selling the beloved pasta pastina?
This is the epitome of comfort for us.
The beloved favorite food, gone forever? Next, Inside Edition.
Watch 4 News Now at 6 and Inside Edition at 7.
Well, it's a mild day today despite the showers and the clouds, and I didn't see any sunshine here in Spokane. 40 degrees was our high, 34 is our average high, and look where we started the day off at 35 degrees. We also got some rain this morning, 1/10 of an inch. We are just a tiny bit above average year to date. Meanwhile, let's take a look at live conditions in Coeur d'Alene and Spokane. It hasn't started raining right here at 500 West Boone Avenue. This is the view from the station, but there's some light rain on the way. It's 35 right now in Coeur d'Alene with cloudy skies. These temperatures are not going to drop much from their current readings. In fact, may actually increase this evening before holding steady in the mid to upper 30s overnight. Zoomed in on Doppler radar right now, and you can see what is slowly moving in. This light rain starting to impact the Cheney area, Medical Lake, and will be going into the rest of the Spokane area right about the time people are heading into downtown for Friday night fun. Showers and fog tonight with overnight lows in the upper 30s. Tomorrow a high of 44. Mainly morning showers. Southeast winds at 5 to 10. Might manage to get a little bit of sunshine in the afternoon. Here's our forecast radar, and I'd like to say that this has been consistently downplaying the rain this week, so I would add a little bit to what we see here, but it'll give you an idea of the timing. We've got showers coming in this evening through the first part of the overnight. By 7 o'clock tomorrow, it will be much more isolated, and we may even dry out and clear out a little bit in the afternoon before we bring in more showers for Saturday evening. Then we may get another little break heading into Sunday morning, other than in the mountains. Snow level will begin dropping a little bit on Sunday, too, by the way, down around 4,000 feet. And by Sunday evening, the next round of wet weather comes in. It is once again going to be in the form of valley rain and mountain snow, but that snow level will continue to creep down. Overnight lows tonight will be down in the mid to upper 30s around the region, even in the 40s in Lewiston. High temperatures tomorrow, upper 30s in Sandpoint, 40s will be common around the region with 50 in Ritzville and Lewiston. Temperatures about 10 degrees above average. We're going to stay in the 40s right on through Monday. Showers on Sunday, especially the second half of the day. Just a slight chance of showers right now on Martin Luther King Jr. Day. And then another system coming in. Looks like it's going to be especially impactful on Wednesday with cooler weather. We'll have some snow mixing in with the rain in the valleys, but I don't know if we're going to be shoveling anytime this week. What remains The rest of the winter, well, that remains to be seen. A lot of us have enjoyed this break from the winter weather, but we're only halfway through the season. New tonight, meteorologist Matt Gray is looking at what lies ahead for the rest of winter. Matt.
All right, thank you, Chris. And as she just showed you, cooling off, getting a little bit of snow back in this extended forecast, but it is a far cry from the cold and snowy weather that we saw seemingly every other day in November and December. Tomorrow is the exact halfway point of winter, and if you're a snow lover, we're doing pretty good this year so far. Snowpack is doing great. Still above normal even after some quieter weeks, as it has started to slow down with those snow levels rising and all that rain. And the same goes for the lowlands. Snow around Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, and at Spokane Airport, 35.8 inches. That is the most since 2011, believe it or not. Now, since Christmas, though, we've had less than 2 inches of snow with that warmer weather. And get this, historically, we get more snow in the first half of our snow season than in the second half. A 10-inch gap there, that is a huge difference. So that's going to bring us to this question. What about the rest of the year? Do we get winter part 2, or do we just stay on the mild side for a little while longer? Now, look, I can only look forward in time a few weeks. It would be irresponsible to go further than that, but here's what we're taking a look at. Right now, long-range computers putting a strong ridge of high pressure somewhere off the west coast in about 8 to 10 days from now, after all that storm activity in the 7-day forecast. Where this sets up, that's going to be super important for your heating bill and probably your back when it comes to shoveling snow as we get into these critical final weeks of the peak snow season, that is, for winter. Now, if this ridge is a little bit further east, kind of parked almost right over us or right over Seattle, we've got some more calm, mild weather on the way. But if this ridge sets up a little bit further to the west, well, everything changes. Northwest wind flow over us, that's pretty decent setup for getting some snowstorms. It would also expose us to some pretty cold air, too, if it's around for the moving. So it is going to be fascinating, or you and I, we're going to watch together over the next week or so to see which one we're going to get.
Matt, thank you. Martin Luther King Jr. Day is on Monday. There's some city closures you're going to want to know about. Spokane City Hall, along with other facilities, including the Spokane Public Libraries, they will be closed. Garbage pickup schedules will stay the same, and parking in downtown will be free on Monday. The Trump Organization now has to pay $1.6 million for fraud. How the organization's top executives managed to avoid paying millions in taxes over a decade coming up. And this curious little pup trying to get a treat from the kitchen led to months-long construction project. How one neighbor helped prevent the fire from spreading, coming up next on 4 News Now at 6.
Download the 4 News Now app today.
Going on now. It's the National RV Show at the Convention Center downtown. There'll be amazing RV discounts and a huge selection of units for a variety of traveling experiences. And now for the first time featuring tiny homes, tons of vendors, and free admission. It's the National RV Show the 12th through the 16th.
The last thing you want people thinking about when they're in their golden years is money. We have a new family member living with us, which is my mother-in-law, Kathleen. She has had MS since my husband's been 6. We have our caregivers that come into the home and help out with her. She gets showers every day. Walk Cares is a really unique program. As you get older, you're still cared for and you're still valuable. It's just great to know that if needed, Walk Cares will be there for them.
Get ready for the Harlem Globetrotters 2023 World Tour, presented by Jersey Mike Subs. All new, non-stop action, amazing basketball skills, and more. Playing Spokane Arena and Beasley Coliseum January 23rd and 30th. Go to harlemglobetrotters.com/EastWA.
Ironstone Furniture and Fire is making room for new inventory. For a limited time, you can create your ideal space and save on in-stock selections. Sofas, chairs, tables, and more. Comfortable and beautiful furniture makes a house feel like home. Visit our showroom, Ironstone Furniture and Fire in Coeur d'Alene.
This week on Svengoolie.
You're crazy to know who I am, aren't you?
I think we know who you are.
He's all eaten away.
It's the Invisible Man on the next Svengoolie.
Saturday night at 8 on MeTV 4.2.
Hi, I'm Chris with Clark's Tire and Automotive. Right now is the best time to get your vehicle in to get it checked over. Come on in for a free winter inspection. We're going to check your brakes, shocks, struts, tires, air filter, wiper blades, and your heating and cooling system to make sure you're winter ready. If you can't make it into one of our shops, give us a call. We now have a mobile service. We offer a 2-year, 24,000-mile parts and labor warranty. We support our local law enforcement, our schools, our nurses and doctors, and we're here to support you. Come and try us out. We are a friendly neighborhood service repair center.
Going on now. It's the National RV Show at the Convention Center downtown. There'll be amazing RV discounts and a huge selection of units for a variety of traveling experiences. And now for the first time featuring tiny homes, tons of vendors, and free admission. It's the National RV Show the 12th through the 16th.
Good morning.
Rise and shine.
Watch Daytime's #1 duo weekdays at 9 a.m.
Around the nation, the Trump Organization now has to pay $1.6 million fine. That's the maximum amount allowed in New York after being convicted for 17 counts of fraud.
Money of the corporations is not a significant penalty. We think significant symbolically. I think it sends a message to New Yorkers that everyone in Manhattan, in New York, is accountable under the law.
Prosecutors call it a multi-dimensional scheme that went on for more than 15 years, compensating the company's top executives off the books to help them pay less in taxes, including former CFO Alan Weisselberg, who evaded nearly $2 million in taxes, getting perks like private school tuition, rent, and car lease payments. Weisselberg has paid back his unpaid taxes plus interest and was sentenced to 5 months in jail. The former president was not charged, but prosecutors say he was not blissfully ignorant of the scheme. When dogs are left home alone, they can sometimes get into trouble. For one family in Texas, their dog almost burnt the house to the ground. It was caught on camera. WFAA's Kevin Reese has the story.
We met in what is left of Megan Black's kitchen in Frisco.
You can take the dog.
Deconstructed, gutted, and sealed off from the living room after a very eventful Christmas day. It started as a peaceful Christmas morning. Kelly Clarkson and Pentatonics on the radio, keeping things calm for 2 home-alone dogs. Asher chilling on the couch and a 3.5-year-old rescue named Twitch, helping herself to cookies and cinnamon rolls in a Tupperware container sitting on the stove.
She just wanted cookies. I blame myself for not checking the gates and she's just a dog.
Megan was 20 miles away. Her home security system alerted her to the fire that started next.
And she just pushed so perfectly on the knob, pushed and turned, and lit that middle burner.
So she called her next-door neighbor, Sissy, who found the Tupperware and the kitchen cabinets on fire.
I'm watching it in real time, and I can't do anything about it. It was like the most helpless feeling ever.
Come on, dog. Come on. Come on. Let's go outside.
Sissy tried to get the dogs outside, but they just came right back in the doggy door.
How do I get your sink on?
The touchless kitchen sink was the next problem.
And then I asked her how to get your sink on, and she was like, just touch it. And I'm just like, come on, come on, come on.
But Sissy got it to work, and 4 pots of water later,
Okay, I think I got it out. I'm getting it out.
the house and the dogs were saved.
And I was like, Sissy, they're telling you, you've got to get out of the house.
And I was like, I'm not getting out. I almost have it.
Okay, I just got it out. I got it out.
It was just help fight once I got in here and do what I could, because that's what I would want somebody to do.
With air purifiers purring and the house emptied, repairs may take 4 months. But the dogs are safe, the house still stands, and Megan is thankful for very good neighbors.
I just keep telling her how thankful I am. I don't think you can say thank you enough. Yeah, I mean, she saved my house.
And a very curious and hungry dog, she saved her too. In Frisco, I'm Kevin Reese.
Still ahead, we'll give you a bird's eye view of one of the nature preserves near Meade High School that has miles of trails and access to the Little Spokane River. It's in this week's Air for Adventure. Coming up on 4 News Now at 6:30.
In Idaho, the student murders.
It was so terrifying.
New reporting, new interviews.
Did Kaylee ever talk to you about a potential stalker?
She did.
She did.
Tonight on ABC.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
Welcome to the Splash Zone,
The A1 Double Cheeseburger from Carl's Jr. is back with charbroiled beef, onion rings, and Swiss, covered in savory A1 sauce. Bite into the A1 Double Cheeseburger starting at $3.49, only at Carl's Jr.
Coeur d'Alene Denture Clinic is locally owned and operated and has been providing personalized, comfortable, and satisfying care to our clients for over 30 years. Our licensed denturists are trained in the latest techniques in the construction, development, and preparatory work of a denture. Full dentures, implant attachments, repairs, fittings, adjustments, we do it all. Every denture is made to look as close as possible to your natural teeth. With our knowledge and friendly staff, competitive costs, and quality of service, you'll leave Coeur d'Alene Denture Clinic smiling.
Flexitarian is what Gelman is, which is he eats everything in a yoga position.
Next 5, Nathan Fillion and Heidi Gardner.
Watch live Monday at 9, right after GMA.
If only there was a place in the morning to start my day. With a smile, somewhere to help me get in the know. Oh wait, there is. Bring your friends. Good morning, America. GMA 7A. Now that's how you start your day.
This holiday weekend, the savings are really adding up at More Furniture.
Our newest styles have arrived, and you'll get free white glove delivery, 2025 no interest financing, and we'll subtract the sales tax.
The style and selection you love at More Furniture is even better when you add up the savings.
With free white glove delivery, 2025 no interest financing, and free sales tax, you are sure to find the new looks you love at an exceptional value.
Pre-shop all our new 2023 arrivals at morefurniture.com.
Looking for some fun? Then come play for the day at the Coeur d'Alene Casino and discover new ways to win big inside the new Discovery Den, the first and only video game testing room in the U.S. with many of the top manufacturers in the world under one roof, where you get to play them first and decide which games stay and which ones don't. You will set the trends for the future of gaming, only at the Coeur d'Alene Casino.
Welcome home.
A burger so good, you'll put a ring on it. Or 2. Carl's Jr.'s A1 Double Cheeseburger is back with charbroiled beef, melty Swiss, A1 sauce, and crispy onion rings. Bite into the A1 Double Cheeseburger starting at $3.49, only at Carl's Jr.
Live from downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now at 6:30.
Here's a live look over downtown Spokane tonight. A little break from the rain. We do have a little bit more on the way, Chris.
Yes.
And it shouldn't keep us from, at least getting outside. Warmer than average temperatures. That's kind of nice.
That is true. It is not going to be icy, or you're not going to have to shovel this weekend.
Excellent.
But as you head out the door this evening, even, we have some wet weather on the way. Fog and showers tonight, heading into a showery weekend. High temperatures will be topping out in the mid-40s tomorrow. That's 10 degrees above average, with cooler weather on the way next week, including rain and snow. Zoomed in on Doppler radar right now, we're seeing that light rain making its way into the Spokane area right now. Won't be long until we'll see some rain in Coeur d'Alene as well. A little broader view, it is all rain in the valleys. Our snow level is quite high. About the lowest it's going to be this weekend is 4,000 feet in terms of any accumulating snow. Don't even expect a rain-snow mix for the most part in the valley locations. We do have some areas of dense fog, especially around the Sandpoint and Bonners Ferry area, where visibility is less than a quarter mile. Also some fog developing around Omak and Winthrop. Wenatchee, visibility down, and we're seeing some patchy fog around Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. It's not freezing to the roadways. Temperatures right now are well above freezing, and these temperatures may actually increase a little bit before they settle in the upper 30s overnight. We are not going to be getting close to freezing around Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. In fact, it's 40 degrees in Deer Park, in downtown, in the mid-40s in Cheney and Spangle right now. Here's a look at your Saturday planner. The best chance of showers tomorrow will be in the morning. We'll be close to 40 degrees even at 6 a.m., heading up to a high of 44. If we see any blue sky at all, there's a very slight chance in the late afternoon, and then the chance of showers returns tomorrow evening. I'll be back with the second half of your weekend forecast as well as the ski report in just a few minutes, Aaron.
Sounds good. Thank you, Chris. 2 months ago today, a 911 call at 11:58 a.m. alerted police and eventually the nation to the murders of 4 University of Idaho students. The bodies of Kaylee Gonsalves, Maddie Mogen, Zaina Kernodle, and Ethan Chapin were found in 2 different bedrooms of their off-campus housing. In the coming days, Moscow police slowly released information about what happened in the early morning hours of November 13th. Online conspiracy theorists and self-proclaimed sleuths went wild with speculation. Investigators stayed focused, almost ignoring the public's cry for more information.
Right, I think part of this, the online phenomenon, happened because authorities initially were being so tight-lipped and we didn't have a lot of information, so people decided to take it upon themselves to try to figure things out. But I will also add that what I saw when I'm on the ground there in Moscow, as I have been on and off for the last several weeks, is that that's hard on the community there. That rumor mill is really, really hard on the people that are living in Moscow, that are going to this university, that know these students, which were lots and lots of people. They were incredibly popular. And so this online rumor mill has made it really, really hard on the people that are actually living through this tragedy.
Tonight in a special 2020, Kana Whitworth will take you inside the investigation, but also give you the stories behind the faces of those 4 students we've seen for the last 2 months.
I sat with one of Xana's best friends, and she shared a lot of things about Xana, these really good times they had. She talked about how Xana was the kind of friend who got all of her friends' moms' phone numbers and then would text all their moms. I mean, she was just that kind of girl, right? The kind of girl that everybody loved.
On top of things, So, Kana, one of the biggest things from the probable cause affidavit that sticks out to me is that Bryan Kohberger's cell phone was found to be used in that area near the house at least 12 times before the night of the murders. And we know that Kaylee Gonsalves had told people that she thought she might have a stalker. So in what you've learned, do you believe that Kohberger was actually stalking Kaylee or any of these victims, and why?
So here's what I'll say is that when I spoke with Steve Gonsalves, Kaylee's dad, about the potential of her having a stalker, he did bring up a single incident to me that really stood out to them. And I will say that investigators looked into that single incident. They found that specific person. They interviewed that person and they said, you know what, this is in no way involved in these murders. However, authorities received the search warrant to look through his phone records because they were trying to figure out specifically if Kohberger was stalking any of these victims or surveilling the house. And so when they put it together that he had been there, 12 times prior to the murders and then again in the morning after, that, I think, is what authorities are looking into right now, and that will help them spell out in the end their motive and, of course, why they believe this was targeted and who or what was targeted.
Yeah, and even through all of this, I mean, we still really don't know much at all about Kohberger's possible motive for these killings. So what, if anything, have you learned about him and his background through this whole process?
Right, and I'm sure, like you were, it was really surprising to learn that he was so highly educated, right? And maybe that was surprising for us, but one police source I spoke with said it wasn't surprising to them as they were going through this investigation. He's pursuing his PhD. I think one of the things that I thought was really interesting, though, was that he went back to his normal life. He was teaching. He was back on campus. And we hear from students where he was a TA that say after the murders, at times he looked a little bit disheveled, a little bit unshaven. One student even told us, whoa, he thought maybe finals were really getting to him. And then that we learn he drove across the country with his father in that white Elantra, getting pulled over twice in Indiana. So I think there's still a lot to be learned. I think there's still more questions than answers at this point. But authorities really are taking their time to make sure that they put this case together the right way so that they can get, a conviction in the end.
Yeah, even a WSU football player I covered had him as a TA, and he even shared an email strand that they had together after the murder. So now, again, a lot of people, including us, were frustrated by the lack of information given by law enforcement in the weeks after the murders. But the affidavit clearly shows they were really on top of things all along. So how impressed are you by the work of local law enforcement and really the cooperation between different departments here?
I know. I mean, this arrest is a real testament, right, to the work that authorities did. And Moscow police remained the lead this entire time, but they immediately brought in Idaho State Police and then the FBI, and they worked collectively to bring Bryan Kohberger into custody. And again, that's a huge testament to their work. But also, as you know from being near that area, you know how hard hit that Moscow Police Department was, right? Most of the people in that department went to the University of Idaho themselves. They love this area. It is their home, and they were gutted by what happened. And so not only were they investigating this case, but people were lashing out to them as if they weren't doing enough. And the entire time, each day, they were getting closer and closer to their suspect.
Yeah, and you've had some pretty great access to some of the victims' families through all this. So what more can we expect to hear from them in the 2020 special tonight?
Yeah, I mean, let me say I'm so thankful to the bravery that these families and friends of these victims have. I'm so grateful to them for sitting down with me and sharing these stories, because it wasn't easy. When I sat with some of Kaylee and Xana's friends the other night, there was a lot of laughing and shared stories, and there was a lot of tears. And overwhelmingly, from them, from their friends, they're not worried about themselves at all. They feel sad because they feel like the world has been robbed of really great people, and they want the world to understand who these kids were. And, you know, Steve and Christy Gonzalez have been at the forefront of all this. They've become pillars of strength in that community. And also, in our 2020 special, you'll really hear from Madison's father for the first time. He calls her Maddie Mae, and it's really sweet.
A special edition of 2020 Horror in Idaho is tonight at 9 o'clock, followed by 4 News Now at 11 o'clock. We're in the thick of high school basketball season, and Gonzaga Prep is getting ready to take on Mount Spokane. That's where our sports director, Julian Minnesone, is tonight, getting ready for the return of Friday Night Sports Extra. Julian, tell us about it.
Yeah, Aaron, exciting time here in high school hoops across the inland Northwest. You hear all the screams behind me. Gonzaga Prep girls taking on Mount Spokane. The boys' games to follow. Two of the best teams in the state. And we'll talk about the matchup here on 4 News Now when we come back after the break. Stay with us.
Sign up for breaking news alerts with the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Foothills Mazda.
The Epic Sell-Off is on now at Furniture Row. That means epic savings on living, dining, bedroom, and mattresses. Plus 3 years, no interest financing. Epic styles, epic selection, all with epic savings. Only at Furniture Row.
The other day, a hornet's nest fell on my head. It's not ideal, but we'll manage. Just like I manage without home internet. Sure, I wish this hotspot was a lot faster, but my phone works. Sometimes. It's not that bad. Ew.
It is that bad. Don't settle. Get Xfinity Home Internet for just $19.99 a month for 1 year with a free streaming box. Call, click, or visit a store today.
Cold winter weather's here, so why feel it inside your own home and in your wallet? USA Insulation's premium injection foam fills every crevice of your walls, even going over your existing inferior insulation. Our foam gives you high-tech comfort and saves you money on utility bills year-round. So stop bundling up and start building savings. Call now and get up to a 30% tax credit and low monthly payments.
USA Insulation.
Dear all-wheel drive, let's show the road what we've got. Snowy streets, we're coming for you. Icy grip, we're holding tight. Wintry mix, meh. Safety's the name of our game. Yours. Toyota all-wheel drive sedans.
Every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care, our no-cost maintenance plan with roadside assistance. Visit your local Toyota dealer to learn more. Reserve yours at toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
The Epic Sell-Off is on now at Furniture Row. That means epic savings on living, dining, bedroom, and mattresses. Plus 3 years, no interest financing. Epic styles, epic selection, all with epic savings. Only at Furniture Row.
Next ET, only we're sipping and spilling with Martha Stewart talking Snoop, Pete, and Brad.
I was looking at pictures of him on Instagram, and he looks so great.
Plus, the one question that had her.
Oh my gosh. Do you want to sip or do you want to spill? Oh my goodness.
Then, only ET's in Puerto Rico for Terry Hatcher and James Denton's Desperate Housewives reunion. Next ET.
Watch 4 News Now at 6 and Entertainment Tonight at 7:30.
Welcome into sports. I'm Julian Minnesone, live here at Gonzaga Prep, where Gonzaga Prep girls team is taking on Mount Spokane. We're going to take a live look at the action here. 2:40 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Mount Spokane leads 31-27 over Gonzaga Prep, so this girls' game is pretty close. Now the boys' game is going to follow this one, and that one is expected to be just as good. Gonzaga Prep and Mount Spokane are tied atop the league standings, so this game has bragging rights and league championship implications for down the line. These teams split the 2 games last season, but tonight is the only matchup between them this season. And here is a look at some of the other big games across the Inland Northwest tonight. Lake City boys visiting Coeur d'Alene. Lake City has arguably the best player in our region, Blake Buchanan. Buchanan is heading to play at Virginia next season. That one's at 7 o'clock. West Valley is also taking on East Valley. Meade taking on North Central. And we'll have highlights and more tonight on Friday Night Sports Extra. Over to college hoops. Many are still talking about Gonzaga's last-second win over BYU. Gonzaga forward Julian Strother saved the day with the go-ahead three-pointer in the final seconds to secure the win over the for the Bulldogs over the Cougars, and that makes it 3 straight games in which Gonzaga has won there in the final minutes. So Gonzaga returns home tomorrow to take on Portland at 7 o'clock at McCarthy Athletic Center, and head coach Mark Few is in the house here at Gonzaga Prep tonight. Washington State women's basketball returns to the court tonight. The Cougars will be taking on Oregon State on the road. Washington State is 4-1 on the road this season, and the Cougars say they are well prepared to go on the road and win again.
Oregon State has a great home environment. Oregon has a great home environment. Toughness travels, and playing hard needs to travel. And when you do those things and you compete really, really hard, you put yourself in a chance to win those games. And that's what we're going to take on the road and hopefully put ourselves in those games and maybe pull off a win.
Tip-off between Washington State and Oregon State is set for 7 o'clock tonight from Corvallis. And tonight is about hoops, but tomorrow is about football. The Seattle Seahawks will take on the San Francisco 49ers in the NFC wildcard game. The Niners have had the Seahawks number, winning both matchups in the regular season. But for football fans, they're hyped up for the matchup. But Seahawks quarterback Geno Smith is as cool as can be.
I don't think we should be, getting hyped up right now or acting like this is our end goal, because we have another goal in mind. So obviously it starts just one game at a time, one play, one practice at a time, staying focused on, like I said, staying in the moment. But we know that, we can't just say, oh, we're happy to be in the playoffs. There's more to it.
And kickoff is scheduled for 1:30 from Levi Stadium in Santa Clara. And as for back here, the atmosphere, as I'm sure you guys can hear, is unreal here at Gonzaga Prep. Gonzaga Prep taking on Mount Spokane girls basketball as a timeout has just been called on the floor. Mount Spokane leads 34-28 with 1:17 to go. Again, the boys game will follow at 7 o'clock after this one, and that's between 2 of the best teams in the state. And we'll have all the highlights here tonight on Friday Night Sports Extra. That'll do it from Gonzaga Prep High School. Julian Minnesone for News Now Sports.
Julian, thank you. Here's a look at ABC's primetime lineup tonight.
Download the 4 News Now app today.
Ford Escape. It offers bliss with cross-traffic alert. And it's an IIHS top safety pick. It's built for America. Get 0 for 36 and $1,000 low APR cash on a 2022 Escape, only at your local Ford dealer.
92.9 CZU.
The biggest Tempur-Pedic event of the year is on right now at More Furniture.
Your best night's rest is available at an incredible value.
Choose the Tempur-Pedic that suits your sleep style and outfit your bed with a free set of sheets, mattress protector, and 2 free Tempur-Pedic pillows.
We will also remove your old mattress with free white glove delivery of your new one.
Plus, you can take a full 72 months to pay with interest-free financing. Don't wait. The biggest Tempur-Pedic sale of the year is on now, only at More Furniture.
January is Plinko Money Drop Month, and we're giving more people a chance to win more money. You can qualify all month long to win. We're making it rain cold, hard cash, baby. We'll also have lunch and dinner specials, spa specials, and room rate specials. Midweek rooms at the Kootenai Falls Lodge are $79. Weekends are $99. The only way to win at Plinko Money Drop is to play Plinko Money Drop. So call 888-YOU-ARE-LUCKY or visit KootenaiRiverInn.com.
Are you interested in a top-load laundry set? See the best selection of top-load laundry sets anywhere at your local Fred's Appliance. Like this Hot Point top-load set that's in stock. Top-load washers and dryers start at only $4.99 each. GE top-load laundry sets have features like a water station for hand rinsing, sensor drying, and deep fill for your biggest load. Starting at only $4.99 each, top-load laundry sets are in stock and on sale. See the best selection anywhere of front-load and top-load laundry sets at Fred's Appliance.
Frozen water pipes are a serious risk during cold winter weather. When water freezes in a pipe, it can be a disaster for your home and your wallet. If you're not properly prepared, don't wait until it's too late. At Mainstream, we know exactly what it takes to keep your family safe during the cold season. So call or visit us online today.
Ford Escape. It offers bliss with cross-traffic alert. And it's an IIHS top safety pick. It's built for America. Get 0 for 36 and $1,000 low APR cash on a 2022 Escape only at your local Ford dealer.
4 News Now is brought to you by Windsor Plywood.
Take a look at what experts are calling the largest single gathering of turtles on the planet. You can see hundreds of thousands of newly hatched South American river turtles roaming around the beach on the border of Brazil and Bolivia. Conservationists say coordination between the two countries is important for the protection of the species and hopes to establish some sort of protected area for them. That's a lot of turtles,
That
Chris.
is amazing. I've never seen so many turtles in one place. Very cool. Well, we are talking about something entirely different in the forecast focus, going to the cold climates and the ski report. It was a good day to stay on the groomers. A little bit of wet snow, especially in the morning, that rain, snow mix or rain, but then it turned out to be a pretty good day. Look out past, a little foggy at times tomorrow. You don't need to layer up tomorrow. It is going to be in the 30s and above freezing for a lot of the day. Reporting powder and 2 inches of new snow, 49 degrees north, maybe a little bit of a rain snow mix through the day tomorrow with 2 inches of new snow. Wet snow, they are reporting again. Good thing for state-of-the-art grooming technology that keeps the snow nice and smooth. No new snow at Silver Mountain. They're reporting machine-groomed conditions. At Mount Spokane, a mix of rain and snow tomorrow. Heavy wet snow today. Tomorrow afternoon should be good. Once again, the last of the precipitation tapers off. Mid-morning, the afternoon will improve. Schweitzer Mountain, 36 for a high temperature tomorrow with a mix of rain and snow. That's where I'm heading tomorrow. I'm going to re-Scotch guard my snow pants, and it should be a great day. Just don't want to wander off into that heavy, wet snow off the course, or else you can get stuck if you're not that great of a skier. Your forecast, we are continuing to find ourselves on the far northern edge of that very active southern branch of the jet stream that's bringing one atmospheric river after another into California and causing all sorts of problems. I'm starting the forecast off at the current time, and you can see we do still have some showers tonight, and that will continue through tomorrow morning before we get a break for most of the day. And that active southern branch of the jet stream will continue to bring systems into California through the weekend, and we will continue to just get the dregs of what's left over of some of that moisture. We've got more wet weather coming in Sunday night, but it is not going to compare to what they've been dealing with further to the south. Here's a look now at our planning forecast. For Saturday, we have a 30% chance of rain, mostly in the morning, and then again on Saturday night, another round of precipitation coming coming in Sunday, mainly the second half of the day, but spotty showers cannot be ruled out throughout the weekend, and I don't think we're going to see much in terms of sunshine. Our best chance to stay dry this weekend will be on the third day of our holiday weekend on Monday, with more wet weather and cooler weather and mountain snow coming in the middle of next week. Aaron?
Chris, thank you. It's Friday, and that means it's time to go for a ride on the Air 4 drone. This week, we're giving you a bird's eye view of one nature preserve that has miles of trails and access to the Little Spokane River. Let's fly above Waikiki Springs behind Meade High School.
Welcome to the Waikiki Springs Nature Preserve. It's 95 acres here on the north shore of the Little Spokane River, between Dartford and the Kalispell Golf Course. This is an area where there are 114 acres of Washington Department of Fish and Wildlife land, in addition to the 95 acres of the Waikiki Springs Nature Preserve, which creates about a 200-acre open space for the community, the public, to come and recreate. Waikiki Springs comes from a geographic function where springs of aquifer water actually leak out of the hillside in quite a large volume, to be honest with you, and that recharges the Little Spokane rivers. So the trails here begin with the trailhead up off of Mill Road at the north end of Fairwood. Then the trail inventory begins with a road that the local longtime users call the Switchbacks, and that road allows you to walk down into this basin, and then you have a number of single track trails go around the property. It's one of the things that the Inland Northwest Land Conservancy is working on these 95 acres, is to come up with a trail plan and to improve the trails so that they're more user friendly. So the Inland Northwest Land Conservancy is a local land trust that has been in Spokane since 1991, and in that time we've conserved over 22,000 acres. We have a number of different nature preserves, from Reardon to Palisades neighborhood west of downtown, to this nature preserve, the Waikiki Springs Nature Preserve. This is just a beautiful place to come and park and go for a hike, bring your family. I just love the Little Spokane River. It's beautiful all 4 seasons, and it's very welcoming. It's full of nature, it's full of wildlife, from bald eagles in the area to moose, coyotes. You'll see lots and lots of different animals down here.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
Are you looking for a credit card with rewards? Well, we've made it simple. Take advantage of 0% APR on new purchases for 6 months. So go on, reward yourself with the Premier Rewards MasterCard from P1FCU.
You heard what the doctor said, right, Dad? These pain meds, they're no joke. And this, it's an opioid. They can be very addictive.
But I need my strong pain medicine.
I know, Dad, I understand. Just make sure you only take what the pharmacist said. And keep it in this locking bag from the pharmacy so it's away from the kids.
Yeah, I hear you.
I'll put this in the locking bag.
Yeah, I appreciate you.
Protect the people you love from opioid misuse. Lock up your medication.
At Colville Toyota, the pups are always sniffing out a deal that works best for you. Plus, our entire team is customer focused.
If you want a hassle-free, simple, easy, enjoyable, and quick customer service, take a scenic drive to Colville Toyota.
We're customer-centered and here to help you with the new Toyota car, SUV, truck, and our mix of certified and used vehicles.
Colville Toyota, where it's easy to buy, easy to do business with.
We're your small-town dealership with a big heart.
Are you looking for an endless supply of hot water to your house? Are you looking for a more efficient and cost-saving hot water source? Then call Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning today for a new tankless or tank system. Now offering next-day installations and factory direct savings for our customers. Oh, and did I mention? Avista customers are also eligible for a high-efficiency rebate. Call Bill's Heating and Air today for your free quote.
Chewelah Casino continues to be the place that treats you right in 2023. Earn entries now by playing your favorite games to win a share of $8,600 cash and a big screen smart TV. Prize drawings start at 5 p.m. Saturday, January 28th. Sports betting, table games, food, and jackpots. Chewelah Casino, we are the place that treats you right. 100% non-smoking, north of Spokane on Highway 395.
Are you looking for a credit card with rewards? Well, we've made it simple. Take advantage of 0% APR on new purchases for 6 months. So go on, reward yourself with a Premier Rewards MasterCard from P1FCU.
4 News Now is brought to you by Ironstone Furniture and Fire.
If it isn't raining at your house yet, zip out and walk the dog because it will be soon. We have light rain moving into Deer Park, 9 Mile, and Cheney. Also coming up to the south into the Coeur d'Alene area. And we're going to be dodging these light rain showers through the weekend with occasional breaks.
Oh, it's a good time to go up to Schweitzer, huh?
It's always a good time.
Yeah, thanks for the invitation, Chris.
Oh, you want to come?
It's too late now.